Sorry it's been so long, but welcome to my channel. I'm going to talk about books now. So, this first one, People in a Diary by Sam Behrman. Sam Behrman was a playwright of stage and screen from the 20s to the 70s, specializing in comedies. Now, he's famous, and he was a friend to many that are even more famous than he is. And you get to meet them in this book. And it's ostensibly a memoir of his life and work. But really, it's about how people in your life come in your life, come out of your life, return or not, and what has happened to them, and how people change over time in relationships, how those change over time. Yeah, one person also tends to lead to another. Come along and meet this person, come along and meet that person. It's an excellent, enjoyable book meant for an adult reader, widely available online for a very paltry sum and worth a lot more than you pay for it. I enjoyed reading it. It does have good parts, bad parts, funny, sad, the whole thing, just like life itself. But still in all, it's a good read. I very highly recommend it. And you can find it online, but only in hardbacks. For pennies, honestly. The next book we have is Hard Evidence by Barbara D'Amato. Now, this was an American writer. She's had quite a following over the years. She's also an award-winning author, a very accomplished lady. Also pens musical comedy and true crime. However, the book is gruesome. But basically, what happens when the doctor you're dating takes one look at the dog bone you bought for your pooch that you were babysitting and says, "That's a human bone." And off you... Where did you get it? From the supermarket. Oh, boy. Oh, my. Well, there's no humor in this particular murder mystery at all. As you can imagine, there's an uproar. Health, sanitation, the police, everything. Oh, good Lord. And the jokes are macabre. Let's face it, baby back ribs. Yeah, exactly. The author has written a very modern American sort of murder mystery, which mingles themes and, a trifle messy about the emotions and all the rest of that. So, yeah, it was, it's a good, solid mystery, but there's just, do I dare trust again and form this relationship permanently? Oh, please, dear, either take him or don't. God's sakes. And now, by way of something completely different. Okay. Elmer Keith. Perhaps you know who Elmer Keith is. Perhaps not. Anyway, he wrote a book, Big Game Rifles and Cartridges, where he talks about how much black powder, what kind of things you use for putting together your cartridges so you can bring down big game, like the Kodiak bear, the mountain goat who's 2 miles away on a crag, things like that. Good, clean, fun kind of thing. Mind you, you have to eat everything you kill. Okay? So let's get that quite straight. If you kill it, you eat it. You don't waste it. Okay. Anyway, originally published in 1936. Okay. A small, ornery cuss who knows his stuff and adores express rifles. And if you don't know what that is, you should go read some Capstick. In any case, and sharps, and you should know what a sharps is, and other big bore guns when properly loaded. When properly loaded. He is especially fond of double rifles because they're good for insurance. In that he does agree with Mr. Peter Capstick, who you should all know if you're into guns at all. And yes, I don't know where you got the idea that liberals don't have guns. I mean, it's a silly thing to say. Jeez. Come. Totally ridiculous. Face it. Liberals even are into the proper stick to use during a demonstration. No, it's not a nightstick. It's that miniature Louisville slugger you can get. In any case, darlings, this is a book that gets technical. But he tells some really great stories. Including ones where, where somebody is screwed up. And unlike Mr. Capstick, who goes in there grumbling, after some client's misplaced hit that has placed something into a lion who's not happy about it. Since we don't happen to have big cats, but still, a moose can be a terrifying animal if his guts are giving him a hard time because you put bullets in them. Don't do gut shooting. Good Lord. Come. Terrible thing to do. In any case, I recommend that you get the Elmer Keith book if you're interested in where these sorts of things are coming from and why he chose the guns that he does choose and why he chooses the loads for the gun and for the game. You have to do it for both ends of the operation here. So, you might be able to find this in the secondhand market, which, yes, Amazon does participate in. You can find some of these more old books. Much older than the 18th century, however, you're much better going on the Internet Archive or Gutenberg. Okay, Gutenberg.org. And, yes, I recommend that you get one of these. He has another book with just big game rifles where he talks about the African game and that Capstick was going after. Who is also a writer I recommend you read. Peter Capstick. A stockbroker who in the 1960s said, "The heck with this, let's go shoot big game." Okay. In any case, 3 books, 1 murder mystery, 1 memoir, and 1 on gunnery. For hunting purposes. And of course you're supposed to eat what you're telling. Okay. So, 3 books. I do apologize for the long absence, but I've been writing. So, there you have it. On British volcanoes, but who cares? Any case, esoteric subjects. Thank you for watching, and please do come again.